handle it, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you can't handle it, okay? Let me know. Put this here. All right, family. Hey, speak on the volcanic activity around the world. Oh, yes. The volcanic activity is very symbolic for a lot of different things. But let me just put this here really quick. Okay, family. So, we are back. We are back. I'm going to go into something else that I'm almost finished with, but I pray we're on the same page. I told you they were going to kick me off, and they did, and that's what they normally do. They don't let me get to a full hour normally. All right. So I'm going to put this here. Boom. If you would like to donate, for all of the information that I've connected for you, all of the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, all of these laws that I've dropped, all these things that you have gotten so far, right there, Cash App, Riza Islam. If you would like to donate to my PayPal, there's my email. If you would like to book me to speak, go to RizaIslam.com. My cousin Sherry, she's also in Florida. My cousin Sherry, much love to you, cuzzo. I haven't seen you in a long time. RizaIslam.com. Get your budget together, get a group together, and I will be honored to serve you by flying out to wherever you are, whether if it is within the country, within the state, outside of the state, outside of the country, and I'll be honored to serve and come to wherever you are to speak and to bring the solutions that I have and my connections so that we can get things done. All right. Now, next part. Everyone has to understand something here. Everyone has to understand this. Yes, he said something very specific. All right. I'm connecting a whole lot of stuff. Yes, X, the young brother, the rapper. Yes, he said, if I am murdered, just know that so-and-so did it to me. In one post on his Instagram story, he said, Drake killed me. If I died, just know Drake killed me. Yes, he said that. He said in another one, yes, if I die, just know that, it wasn't me. I didn't commit suicide, blah, blah, blah. He said a lot of different things. Absolutely. However, what I'm saying is his death is being used. It is being used to take your and my attention off of what is really about to come down. This is the point. So I'm going to give you another thing. I gave you what the government is doing with the laws. The government currently, go on government tracker. I believe it's billtracker.gov, or you can Google it, and you can Google Congress and laws, or you can Google Gov Tracker or Bill Tracker, and it will show you all of the laws put before Congress right now. They have 10 bills put before Congress that were all introduced on the same day 3 days ago. All introduced on the same day 3 days ago. And number one of these major ones happens to deal with Homeland Security. Homeland Security has contracts with Walmart. Homeland Security has contracts specifically in Florida. There are over 21 military bases in Florida. There's a lot that you have to know and connect here. Don't get tired. Don't get tired. Don't let your brain get tired and say, oh man, I can't understand all this. I'm missing understand. No, you have to use this, because this is the one thing that they cannot take from you. They can never take this from you unless you allow them to. Use your brain, flex your intelligence right now, harder than you ever have. All right. Just stay with me. All right. They said that he was used as a blood sacrifice. They say that Michael Jackson was used as a blood sacrifice, like they said he was used as a blood sacrifice for his family. They say that Aaliyah was a blood sacrifice for Damon Dash, I believe. They say that Kanye West's mother was used as a blood sacrifice for him. They say that Jennifer Hudson, I believe, her mother, either Jasmine Sullivan or Jennifer Hudson, that her mother was a blood sacrifice for her. This is all of these different things that people come up with. Focus on the true enemy. We know that the international bankers, shout out to Jolly Raspberry, who came up with the Flex Your Intelligence theme that I heard before. Flex Your Intelligence theme from Sister Jolly Raspberry. I heard her say that before. They are coming up with different things for us to focus our attention on. But something that you have to make sure to look at is keep your eyes open. Lisa Left Eye, they say that she was a sacrifice. Please understand something. The government takes out who they take out. Number one, If you are a threat to them, in their mind, you will be taken out. Period. But you have to be doing something which goes against their agenda. That's the point. You have to look at the fact that the international bankers of Europe, the Rothschilds, the De Beers, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Warburgs, the Erlangers, the Carnegies, these are international banking families. They run everything. White people don't run everything. I'm sorry, but white folks as an entire group are not the richest on the planet. Caucasian, Ashkenazi, Khazarian Jews are the richest. Ashkenazi, Khazarian, so-called Jews are the richest. It's not all white people. So let's get this out of our head. Yes, white supremacy exists. Absolutely. But the number one major individuals who own and control are the international bankers. The international bankers. The 10%. Who is the 10%? The slave makers of the poor, the bloodsuckers of the poor. These individuals, Jewish. The true Jews happen to be us. The true Jews happen to be the African. The true Jews happen to be us. We are the true Jews. Okay, let's get that straight. We are the true Jews. However, those who stole our birthright and made the entire world believe that they are us and we are them happens to be the Ashkenazi, Khazarian, or Khazar, Jewish, so-called Jews, and they run the world. That is who is behind it. They have control over the music industry. They have control over the film industry. They are the ones who have founded and perpetually push the pornography industry. They are the ones who commit blood sacrifices of people as a ritual. They drink the blood of babies. They do all of these homosexual things. I'm not fighting against or attacking those who are living the lifestyle of a homosexual or in the LGBT. I am talking about something far bigger than you and your bedroom, than you and your lover, than you and your new wife, your new husband, your new boyfriend, girlfriend. I am talking about the agenda of the government. The shadow government that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is talking about. They run it all. Some of you are like, why aren't you talking about the death of X, the rapper? I am talking about it. I'm letting you know that there is something bigger happening that they are trying to take your attention away from. So here's the next point. Here's the next point. Some of you have looked at the fact, or you may not have looked at the fact. The last live that he did, talking about the rapper, X or XXX Temptation, the young brother, 20 years young, yes? The last word on that live that he had when he was wearing a gray hoodie, he said, so if you are depressed, now listen to me. Listen carefully, please. I pray that you listen to me on this one. The push as of right now happens to be from the biggest, most powerful organization in this country, possibly on the planet. And that is an organization called pharmaceuticals. I know y'all like, really? Please tell us how that is, Reza. Number one, he was talking about depression. And in his music, he was talking about being depressed, and he sounded depressed. And he was going through all of these different emotional changes, as people do when they're teenagers, as we are when we're young men, as we are when we're young women, as we are when we are young people, period. We go through different emotional changes. However, the pharmaceutical agency, the pharmaceutical industry, pharmacy, pharmakeia is a Greek word. Pharmakeia is in the Bible. Pharmakeia means sorcery and or witchcraft. I'm going to say that again. Pharmacy comes from pharmakeia. Pharmakeia is a Greek word, which means sorcery and or witchcraft. It is the casting of spells. Casting of spells is what pharmaceuticals do. The pharmaceutical industry is primarily feeding an organization called the APA, the American Psychiatric Association, the APA, the American Psychiatric Association. One more time, the APA, the American Psychiatric Association, an organization which has a book, which is called the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Diseases. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Diseases. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Diseases, also known as the DSM. Within this DSM, within the American Psychiatric Association, primarily sponsored by the pharmaceutical industry, is over 300 fictitious, fake, fraudulent, voted on, made up mental disorders. I will say this again. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, the DSM, within this book, there are over 300 fictitious, fake, fraudulent, voted on, made up mental diseases that they utilize all of the drugs from the pharmaceutical company to push the drugging of hundreds of millions of people with no cures, conveniently, with no scientific study at all. They prescribe drugs. And every single psychiatric medication, Thorazine, Adderall, Zyprexa, Wellbutrin, Valium, Cymbalta, Seroquel, what they had Cat Williams on, all of these drugs, if you test them, and they have tested them, they rank as a Schedule II narcotic on the DEA, or Drug Enforcement Agency's list of narcotics, which means they are a Schedule II, or they are the same as cocaine and methamphetamine. Let me say this again. The DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Diseases, within the APA, American Psychiatric Association, which is primarily sponsored by the pharmaceutical industry, pushes these drugs. The American Psychiatric Association creates the so-called mental diseases. Then they work with the insurance companies to get sponsored so that they can push these labels on everybody, and they make you think that depression is a mental, physical disease that needs a physical drug, even though depression is an emotion, and you cannot cure an emotion with a physical drug. And they push the drugging of the population. That is another push. That is a subconscious promotion. When the young brother, the rapper, XXXTentacion, or X, was talking about depression in his music, was talking about depression in the last live that he did, when he was saying, so if you are depressed, and then the live cut out. Please understand and know, the agenda is huge. The agenda is big. The agenda is wide, but if you don't know, you will fall victim to it. You will fall victim to it. I pray that someone is recording this. Because this information is not something that only a few people need to know. If you are within the borders of the United States of America, you need to know. If you are within the borders of Mexico, you need to know. Africa, you need to know. Australia, South America, India, China, you need to know, because these drugs and the pharmaceutical industry affects everyone on the planet, and they utilize rappers. And recently, the push and the promotion has been, rappers are depressed. They've been putting certain rappers out there, and they said, oh, he's just depressed. He's just going through some mental issues. He's just going through this. They are promoting drugs. Every movie you watch, please remember this. Every movie you watch, they find a way to slip in a psychotropic drug in it. Everyone. It was a Valium in the movie Temptation, Tyler Perry's movie. It was another psychotropic drug in the movie with Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, the new one. the only way they can stay alive is if they took this drug. It's always promoting a drug to keep the population under control. Because if you have a population under chemical control, you mentally have them, and therefore they become cattle. They become your slave, and you will not have any fight coming from them. You take away their guns, you take away their knowledge, you take away their mind, you take away nutrition in their food, and you give them genetically modified organisms in the place of food. You literally remove financial power from them and give them paper. You then continue to prescribe them drugs, and then you vaccinate them and inject them with chemicals that physically weaken them even more. And you give them all of this, and then you tell them they are the problem, and then you have them fight one another. And no one knows what happened. Everybody says, oh, it's just black folks. Black folks just crazy. Oh, Mexicans just got a problem. Native Americans just got a problem. See, this is why I hate black folks. See, I can't trust y'all. See, it's just all white people. Oh, it's them Muslims. Oh, see, it's just Christians being dumb. Oh, it's just Pan-African. No, it's your ignorance of what the hell this enemy is doing. It's your ignorance. It's my ignorance. It's our ignorance. They have never stopped. And when I say they, I am talking about the biggest third party, the biggest group on the side that you never see. And that is the international banking families who run it all. They use the name of Judaism to cover up their wickedness. Not all Jews. I'm referring to the Khazars, the Ashkenazi Khazar Jewish people. Not all of them. The bankers, the international banking families, the international bankers, the Bilderbergs, the Warburgs, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Soros. Okay? Please know what's going on, family. So I'm about to end this live in just a moment. I'm going to bring out my last point, and then we are going to be done. I pray that you were able to learn something thus far. I'm almost finished. If you'd like to donate for all of the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that you have received, Cash App, Riza Islam there, PayPal, my email is there. If you would like to book me, once again, now don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. All right? Don't be afraid to book your brother. Don't be afraid to book your brother. There are a multitude of topics that I discuss. A multitude of topics. And I definitely speak in schools. I speak at juvenile halls. I've done this multiple times. Events, keynote addresses. It doesn't matter what it is. Get your budget together. Bring your brother out there, and I'll be honored to bring my resources and bring solutions, open up the minds, and wake people up and educate us so that we can know what's going on, be prepared, and always stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. Always stay ready. Okay? I am definitely workable. We can work with each other. All right, but don't be afraid. DM me, and we can make something happen. Love from Mexico and Hawaii. Peace to my family over in Mexico, my La Raza family. Much love, and love to my family over in Hawaii. I almost finished, family. My last point, and I will be done. You cannot have fear. All right? That's another thing. You cannot be afraid, period. You don't have the right to be afraid anymore. Brothers, if there are men watching, you don't have the right to be afraid. I'm telling you, you don't have it. Women cannot stand fearful individuals. We don't have the time to be afraid anymore. We don't have the right. There is no reason. There is nothing that you can say that will justify your reasoning for being afraid today. It's 2018. Children need us. The community needs us. The women need us. That's the point. Get in the gym. Get back on vitamins, minerals. Eat healthier. Exercise every other day, or at least 4 times a week. Drink half a gallon to a gallon of water a day, depending on your body weight. You must get off of fast food. I know we all struggle with it. We all do. You have to do better about your own health, then the health of your family, then the health of your community, and then the health of your nation, because we are all needed as of right now. So I'm going to go to my last point, and then this will be said and done. Gang banging. Real quick, gang banging and unity. Unity is the final solution. Gang banging. To all of my family on here, if you are a brother or sister in a gang, really quick, just to make this very, very, very clear. If you are gang banging today, your job is to protect your community. Point blank. You do not own a brick on a block that you live on. You own nothing virtually within your community. You have no right to work for the police department indirectly by helping to murder your own brothers and sisters. You are taking out soldiers in your own army. There is no logical reason. Willie Lynch still exists, yes, but as of right now, you have no authority, you have no right, you have no justifiable reason for pulling a trigger on your own brothers and sisters anymore. There is no more time for that. All right. So your job is to protect your community. That's the point. That is the job of a gang banger today. You fight for freedom. You fight for justice. You fight for equality. Use the blue rag and get that red rag and tie it together. That is what you need to do today. Period. 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 I don't care what kind of OG you think you got. The true old OGs, the original OGs, they knew what it was about. It was about fighting against racism, white supremacy. That is what it was originated for. That's what Stanley Tookie Williams originally was fighting for. That's what Raymond Washington originally was fighting for from 1969 all the way up until the government infiltrated the gangs. And according to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, there are at least 10 agents per gang. I'm going to say it again so you know. According to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, there are at least 10 agents within each gang. Understand what you're dealing with here. You are fighting white supremacy, which is being perpetuated by black people. White supremacy being perpetuated by Mexican and brown people. White supremacy being perpetuated by red or native people. White supremacy being perpetuated by yellow or Asian or Asiatic people. White supremacy being perpetuated by white people. White supremacy is a system that must die. Period. White supremacy must die. And everyone who perpetuates it must stop now. Agents in every gang. According to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, there are at least 10 agents per gang within every gang. I will give you a fact to back that up. After the war between America and Germany, when the Berlin Wall fell, all of those agents who were working in Germany were reassigned to gangs. They were reassigned to gangs. That is what occurred. So ever since then, the war has been come back home and fight against the same group of people that we've been hating on, killing since we brought them over here from the shores of West Africa, which is the African, the Asiatic original people. The Asiatic black man and woman, the original black man and woman, the original people. Ever since they brought us from the shores of West Africa and brought us here, we have been the original target. So when America sent their soldiers to Berlin to fight in Germany, when the Berlin Wall fell and the war was over, those agents were reassigned. Now listen carefully, reassigned to gangs. Gangs in Chicago, gangs all in New York, gangs all throughout Los Angeles, gangs all throughout Nevada, gangs all throughout the country. So that is what is occurring right now. So if you are a true Crip or a true blood, your duty is to fight for the freedom, justice, and equality of your people and protect those within your community, starting with the children and the women first. The children and the women first, then the men. Children, women, men. That is your job. Period. And if you see anybody in your hood trying to fight somebody because they got a red rag on and they're a Crip, you DP them. And if you in the hood, if you from the hood, you know what DP is. Discipline them. DP. Over for that. Don't allow no damn police officer to come into your neighborhood and try to shoot you and try to give you injustice and dish out to you injustice, and you allow them. But one of your own brothers walks into the neighborhood and he's just trying to pass through to get home to his family, and you try to go stab him, rob him, ask him where he's from, bang on him. But you don't do the same thing to the police officers who have been murdering your people for the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, over 100 years. Hypocrisy and duplicity must end today. You DP your brothers in your hood who are giving out injustice to their own people. That is the new agenda. Be a true Crip, be a true blood, stand on integrity, fight for your people. If you look like me, you're not my enemy. I'm going to say it again. If you look like me, you are not my enemy. If you look like me, you are not my enemy. This goes for sisters too. So that is the new agenda. Last point, and I'm done. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that unity is more powerful than an atomic or hydrogen bomb. Our unity is more powerful than an atomic or hydrogen bomb. The moment we come together, their game is over. The moment we come together, their game is over. The international banking families cannot handle 45 to 60 million people whose minds are all on the same page. There are 45 to 60 million original Asiatic, Moorish, black people within the confines 2,000 by 3,000 miles continental United States corporation. They do not have the power to stop us when we are on the same page. Unity, unity, unity. I don't care if you're a Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Nawabian, Pan-Africanist, Hebrew Israelite, Moor. We must come together. You black, you white. If you white, the number one thing you need to do is go and stop your own white brothers from perpetuating white supremacy. That's what you do. Go and stop them. Don't come over here and get mad at us because we want to come together. You don't come over here with that. Go and tell your own white brothers to stop dishing out that injustice, that white supremacist mentality where they believe they can kill anyone if they are not Caucasian. You go do that. Let us come together because this is the one thing we have not done. Unity as a group completely is the one thing we have not done. I don't care what disagreement you have with other black people. I don't care what negative circumstances you have had with other black people. You have not met all black people on the planet. You have not met every black man and woman in this country. You have not met every single one of the black people. So therefore, you cannot generalize all of them. There are good black men. There are good black women. There are good black children. There are good black men. There are good black women. There are good black children. The vast majority of us are good. We are kind-hearted. We are strong. We are powerful. We are loving people. And you know that is the truth because if black people were as wicked or as thuggish as the Caucasian white supremacists made us seem and made us look like, then we would have killed all white people on the planet by now. If we were what they say we are not thugs. We are not demons. We are not wicked animals and dogs and monkeys. We are not that. We are the people of God, period. I don't care if you're not religious. You ain't got to agree with me. I know what I feel and I know what I see when I see black men, women, and children. You are the children of God and you have to come together. Period, period, period. So I pray that everyone was able to take all the information that I gave out. The first part of the video was deleted because that's what Instagram does normally. So if you have, yes, we are not savages. We are not savages. If you have recorded the video, if you have recorded this video, please upload it to your YouTube and then send the message to my DM to let me know that it's uploaded. If you want to upload different pieces to your Instagram, please do. Please do. Feel free to do that. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Definitely appreciate each and every one of you. I thank Allah for each and every one of you. For each and every one of you. Yes, I do. Truly do. Thank you for watching. I see more people are pouring in, but I'm about to hop off. I do appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. We went over the different bills that Congress is putting, that are being put before Congress right now dealing with Homeland Security. They are gearing up to give more money to Homeland Security and the Department of Defense to come against black and brown people within the inner cities, calling us domestic terrorists. Be prepared for that. Get in the gym, start exercising more, get back on your prayers, get back on studying, get ready and prepared. Teach your children disaster preparedness. Be ready for what is coming down because that time is coming. I'm not going to say like 50 Cent be saying, get the strap. That's what 50 Cent say. All right. The strap that I want you to get is the strap or band of wisdom, the strap or band of righteousness, the strap or band of knowledge and understanding, the strap of high mathematics, the strap of an intellectual thinker. That's the strap I want you to get. You get me? We are the 144,000 original warriors. That's what we are. 10,000 fearless. That's what we're supposed to be. So family, if you'd like to